Hey there, it's your sensei again, but this time we're working on one of the hardest parts of modeling people. It's also one of the hardest parts of drawing. Today we're going to be making hands and feet, not out of a cube, but out of something pretty close. Hands and feet, huh? Aren't they a bit? I do see a lot of models with rather odd, gummy looking hands. The only real thing you can do to make the best hands possible is to use a lot of references. References aren't going to hurt anyone, so use them. Don't be scared of them. I'll put a link in the description or in a comment or something. With all the references I used, so you don't have to worry about scouring the internet for pretty references. Another thing you could do is just take a picture of your own hands and feet, and if you don't have any hands and feet, go to your neighbours and ask them for feet and hand pics. I'm sure that won't be weird at all. Yeah, that won't be weird at all. So shall we get going? A good thing to do to start is to flatten out this wrist, because if you look at your own wrists, they definitely don't look like this. So let's just grab the bottom and double tap G to bring them up a bit. Same with this. Double tap G to bring them down. And that's a lot better as far as wrists go. Let's turn on X-ray. And let's wonder why screencast isn't working. There we go. We're gonna select this end, and we're gonna Shift D to duplicate, put it about there, and E to extrude. Gonna lift it up a little bit and rotate it. And scale it in the Y direction, because our hands are wider than that. Also bring it a little bit forward, because hands are weird. I think it's a good time to get a reference so we can get these general shapes right. So let's go back to object mode so I can drag and drop a picture in here. Let's find the one that I prepared earlier. This one here. There we go. And scale it down. And since we're making a hand in this direction, we'll have to rotate this reference here. So just hit R to rotate. That's good. Reference. Just bring it back a bit. Grab to about there. Yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, let's go back to edit mode. And work on this hand. Now what we do want to be creating is some hinges so the hand can open and close. And these hinge areas are between the fingers. So we're going to have to add a little separation that can move outwards. So let's first dissolve this. Dissolve edges, and let's also get rid of these extra faces that we're not going to need. X to delete faces, and we're going to hit this and create some loops. And how many loops do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4. do that here. Why is it not working? What's meant to happen is I hover over an area and I do that and more loops appear. But since that's not working, we'll just use that instead, and that is not. Okay, that works. Okay, let's just not be in modeling mode, let's be in edit mode here, so you can see what I'm doing. Screencast, come on. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's try this again. Let's try to not mess up this time. Alright. Hit the loop cuts. We're gonna put this number to 4 since I can't scroll for some reason. And we're gonna do this. Okay? So we have the little finger, we have the ring finger, we have the middle finger, the index pointer finger, and we have the thumb. It doesn't look right at the moment, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Let's turn off that and go to mouse. And also, I don't know why that's not on mouse though. Remember to save, guys, because I will come to your house. The shape we want for this hand is gonna be like this, basically, like that. So let's grab this edge and double hit G, move it along that axis. And also in the Y too, because thumb does stuff. We are also going to want to grab this edge and bring it down a bit, so double tap G there, just a tap, and then these ones we're going to bring down a bit too, so select the right edge if you can, which is this edge here, double tap G. No, it's moving it in the wrong direction. Double tap G. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This'll do. Just like that. See, that's moving in the right direction. Like that. Double tap G. And then that one's not moving in the right direction. But it's still a good shape. This is the kind of shape that we want. But a bit more flat than that. Grab in the X direction with proportional editing on. Just a little bit more flat. Grab in the X direction. See, this is the shape we're kind of looking for. That's fine. This is gonna need a lot of refining. Okay, Control R. Oh, now it's letting me scroll. Let's do two, and put it about there. Gonna select this, and we're gonna put the cursor on this side of the dot, which is very important, and hit Alt V. Now look what we've got here. I can't hit double G, but we will move it in the X direction. That'd be a little thumb joint thingy. Grab in the Y direction. So thumb, finger, need another one here. Alt V, move it in the Y direction. Hit this one here, Alt V, move it in the Y direction and in the X direction. So grab and then X. Here as well, Alt V in the Y direction and then in the X direction. And here is No, actually not there, not there. Don't put it there. Grab in the Y direction just to neaten stuff up a little bit. These are going to be the fingers after all. Grab in the Y direction, grab in the X direction. Just make sure everything has a smooth shape. Just neaten stuff out so it doesn't look too bad. This gonna grab in the Y direction. Actually, let's put proportional editing back on when we move this. Grab in the Y direction just to make the hand go out a little bit, curve a little bit. This, lift it up a bit, so grab in the Z direction. Alrighty. Let's see if smoothing will help this a little bit. Just a little bit. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so here we have the fingers. We need to select some faces. We'll do the front faces first, and then we'll deal with the thumb. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Let's refine this shape a little bit more first. Because these are quite nice squares, and then this is more of a rectangle. So let's try and do that. Neaten stuff out. There's never any harm in neatening stuff out. And if you look at your own fingers, they're kind of flat in a weird way. They're kind of flat. So let's make the shape a bit more flat. I think would be a good idea. Is that looking a bit better? Yes. It's less of a rectangle shape and more of a square shape. Double tap G. We're gonna select this whole edge and flatten it down. So this whole edge here. Scale in the Z. Another thing you'll notice is when you look at your own hand, and I guess this hand too, you'll be able to see the skin from the front of your hand, from your palms. You'll see a little peeping out there and there and there and there, but from here you can't see any of the back of the palms, which means the front is a bit bigger than the back, just a tiny bit. So this, it'd be the opposite of this, where the back is bigger than the front. So let's select the top, and we'll double hit G and bring it back. G and bring it back just a tad, just a little tad. Good, good, good. The thumb is also kind of flat, but it has a weird bulge here to it, but we'll deal with that in a second. First we'll do these fingers. So, back to what we were doing before I started to change my mind. Let's select these again, and we'll hit E to extrude. Let's bring them down. Grab in the Z direction to bring them down. not too shabby for a hand, wouldn't you say? Grab in the Y direction. And this thumb. We can E to extrude. Grab in the X direction. Now let's try and refine this just a little bit. We'll add a loop cut here. And turn that on again. Double hit G to drag this down. This is going to be this area. Gonna grab this, double tap G to drag that down too. Grab in the X direction. Grab in the X direction again. Grab in the Y direction. Hit you one more time. It's gonna be a thumb shape. Alright. You can see that ends about the same area as this curve place. And that shape is similar to this shape, except it's more square. So let's square it out a little bit. Just keep referring to the reference and seeing the similarities and differences between the hand and the picture, and trying to amend that wherever you can. I hope you guys are following along. It doesn't have to be perfect, but pretty good is always useful. Alright, so that's the thumb. And then let's try and sort these fingies out. So this shape is actually quite good, this curve. However, it would be also even better to try and flatten these shapes out a little bit. So I'm gonna grab this edge, double tap G to bring it down. That's a good length, because that middle finger is longer than the pointer finger. Gonna grab this, double hit G to bring it down, and the little finger, double tap G to bring it down too. We'll hit 1 and try and sort out these shapes. Grab in the X direction to flatten them out a bit. You'll see actually that the tops of the fingers kind of stick out a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a curve. But that's kind of what it looks like. And this thumb is all weird kind of shapes. So let's try and bring that down, so it's less weird. Grab in the Z, rotate in the X to fix that. Grab in the Z, grab in the Z direction. That's a better shape. But it is a little warped. Grab that outwards a little bit. Turn that on, scale in the Z. Now the thumbnail is gonna come across there and be on this edge. So let's actually just turn that just a little bit so you don't have to worry about that. Double tap G. And this one, rotate a little bit. So now that should be where the thumbnail is. Now these shapes might have to re-import them and such. For now, it's alright. And what I mean by re-import, that's a terrible way to explain it. Basically, might end up making one finger and then copying it to that finger, then copying it, and then copying it, instead of making all of them individually. Might end up doing that. But I'll see. This is going to be the curvy part of the thumb. This is the underside of the hand. This side. You can see there's a bit of fat there, a bit of fat there, and a bit of fat there. So this area here would go inwards a little bit. Now you could be hyper detailed and then inset this and then push it in, but this is going to be subdivided. So as long as you get the general shape right, it will be okay. It'll be okay. Let's grab that and go in a little bit. Grab this and this and go up a little bit. Now, you want these fingers to be able to bend, right? Otherwise you can't pick up stuff. So we're going to need to add some more loops here. Let's add 2 on each finger for each bend. 1, 2, Control R, Control R. Scroll once to add another loop, and then click, left click, and then right click. Okay, so Control R, scroll once, left click, right click. Control R, scroll once, left click, and if you don't right click, then this moves around, but if you right click, it just snaps back to the center where it was originally from. And my light is going dim, so I thought I had it on charge. Okay, hopefully you can still see me. These are going to be the bends. And we're also going to need some loop cuts for the nails. So I like them to be a bit curved on the end, so they're not dead straight. So for that, I'm going to add some more loops. Control R, Control R, Control R, Control R. See, this hand is getting pretty complicated already, isn't it? So what I just did there, if I turn this off, I added loops between the ends of each finger. And this is what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to select these faces, and these ones, and these ones, and these ones, and these ones. And we're not going to do anything with them. We're going to deselect them because I decided that that's going to be a bit complicated. Let's hit Control R and add some loop cuts for the nails. Control R, Control R, Control R, Control R. Let's bring this one down a bit. So let's bring these all down so it's got enough space for the nails. Double tap G and then Alt, and then select that. Double tap G to drag it. Alt, select, double tap G to drag it. Now that will be a better shape for the nails. Okay, back to selecting again. We're gonna select these faces, that one, 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 and that one. We're gonna hit I to inset. These are gonna be our fingernails. Now, we're gonna have to do the thumb separately. I hope you're not hearing my belly rumble. I have not had breakfast yet. Just don't listen too hard. Listen hard enough to hear what I'm saying, but don't listen hard enough to hear my belly rumbling. So we're gonna extrude these. Oh, wait, no? Intrude? Extrude? Let's intrude first, actually. And then scale it a little bit. Nope, not scale. Alt scale. She'll do that. Let's turn this off. Alt S. But it's just going down, really. Maybe because I don't have this. Alt S. There we go. Make sure you have the right thing selected. Unlike me. Okay. Now we extrude. I'm gonna take these edges, these edges, these edges, this one. I'm gonna grab. Actually, let's just get the whole face. And grab in the X direction. And let's grow those fingernails. Nice. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Grab in the Z direction to put them down. And then, this is the reason I split it out like I did. Gonna get this. We're gonna turn this on to help. Gonna deselect. So hit Control. All the middle ones. All the middle ones. All the middle ones. We're gonna round these nails out. So double tap G. Round them out. Doesn't that look absolutely delightful? No, it looks very weird and blocky. Let's round these out. So double tap G to pull them back a bit. Let's also add a loop cut on the side, so Control R. That'll be good. Gonna see if I can select this whole top area. Or if it's better that I just do one at a time. But we'll see, we'll see. Gonna select this whole top area. And we're gonna hit Alt S and scale that down a little bit. See, yeah, no, that's not a good idea. Is scale a good idea? No. Oh no, Alt-S is a pretty good idea actually. Just do it a little bit. Not too much. You just want to round these fingers out a little bit. So they look more like fingers instead of monsters. Now these nails are a little weird. Just select them. And keep hitting Control instead of Alt. Select the nails and then reposition them as needed. A little bit of proportional editing might help. Grab in the X direction. Might have been better to make these nails after. Because it would save a lot of time. Alright, let's do that. Let's make the nails after rounding the hand out. Okay. Since we can't go back. This nail looks good. This nail looks a little wonky. This nail also looks a little wonky. Let's just fix it. Little by little then. That's fine. That's fine. We'll just fix it little by little. Let's turn this off so we can see through. Yeah, it always helps to have these loops straight if you can, instead of curved like me. Don't do as I do as I say. Should have really straightened these out before messing with nails. Nails is one of the things that you want to do when you've got all these loops looking nicer instead of after. But it's okay, it's not like anything you do is unfixable. See, that's looking better already. Get this nail looking a bit more decent. Double tap G. Double tap G. And this part looks a bit odd. This whole edge looks a bit odd. Let's grab it in the Y direction to straighten it out a bit. It wasn't too hard to straighten out. Okay, let's see what we did on the top and round out the bottom. So select this, select that, this, that, this, that, this, that. And then the tops as well. And the thumb, and then we can Alt S and make this rounder. Lift these up a little bit. We could just like these faces. Grab in the, let's grab in the Z with proportional editing on so it can smoothly move. Just add a little bend to the fingers. lift these up as well. Grab this. Starting to look a bit more like hands. The only thing that doesn't is these lumps, because you'd see them on the back but not so much on the front. Grab in the Z direction, flatten them out a little bit. Nice. That's looking better. Now when this is all subdivided, it should look it'll look even more better. Then it'll be smoother and less blocky. In the Y direction. Grab in the X direction, straighten these out a bit. Grab in the X direction. So if your loops are already straight before, you wouldn't have as much fixing to do as this. And also we're gonna need to think about how this is gonna attach to the hand. Gonna need to do some fixing, but we'll do that when we have a reference. So I'm gonna have to get a reference drawn up for us for the body. Grab in the direction very soon. See what it looks like on this side. Not terrible. The nails are very separated. We're gonna have to work on them when they are subdivided. Make sure they look good. Now let's fix that thumbnail. Select, select. See if we can hit 5, so you'll numpad 5, so you can, if you're having problems with zooming, this will be so it doesn't disappear when you zoom in too close, but also doesn't zoom around too much, because that can be a bit inconvenient. Straighten this out a little bit. That'll do. The thumb's a little bit weird, because that's such a weird angle. But let's select these. And we do as we did last time. We've already inverted, so we extrude, go inwards, and then we alt, scale, but without proportional editing on. And nope, did it wrong. Oh right, alright, need to select. Make sure you have vertex select on before you alt scale, so it will scale like this. And then extrude, and then select these. That should be good. Oh yeah, I need to round it out a bit. I need to round out the thumb as well. Let's just kill two birds with one stone and do them all at the same time. So let's select the middle. Let's leave proportional editing on, why not? And then grab in the X direction. Round that out. Let's pull these back. Grab in the X direction. Grab all of this in the X direction. So it's gotten a bit flat. Right, that's looking better. Let's try and replicate this part here of the thumb. This piece of fat here. It's not going to be perfect, but just select vertices with proportional editing on and pull it in the sub direction. Make sure you're on the right side of the hand too. The back side has fingernails on. See, that shape is not terrible. Let's add another loop. Oh, this is going to take a bit of a long time to loop. Okay, let's deal with that when we've subdivided. Now, just grab in the Z direction to get this shape right. Grab in the Z direction. Let's turn that on. Select this and rotate a little bit to get that shape. Rotate that. Grab in the X direction as well. Grab the Z direction. Just curve the hand a bit. Let's see on the other side how it looks. Now, if we compare it to the body, it is rather small. So let's just select that, turn off proportional editing, do a little bit of scaling so it looks a bit more normal size. Grab in the X direction, grab in the Z. Looks a bit more like normal hands. I mean, I like the look of them. Still though. In the Y direction. Grab in the Y direction. Let's also see how it looks with a subdivider on. And hit save, remember to save. Let's see subdivision. It looks a lot better, but the nails do need some work. But we're not doing subdivision today. We're going to be doing subdivision another day. You see how it looks a lot better with subdivision on? That'll be very useful to us. still looks a little bit gummy. And this little finger needs to be bigger. But we'll see that soon. Let's turn that off for a while. Now, that's the basic hand shape. Basic hand shape. Hoi there. It's Rain again, your sensei. Today we're gonna end this class a little bit early, since it ended up being a lot longer than I intended it to, but that's okay. We'll be doing feet tomorrow. See you there.